Welcome to my world history notes where I discuss my book, Bible Believer Looks at World History. I wrote to teach homeschoolers. It has questions in the back of each chapter, just basic things that people should know, the students should know about events. And even if you don't agree with my conclusions on everything, you should at least know about these events, be able to discuss them. So I'm going to read from it. You can purchase the book on lulu.com, amazon.com, or the Bible Baptist Bookstore, or you can just follow me here. So let's begin today. Now, historians such as Will and Ariel Durant, authors of the noteworthy The Story of Civilization, believe that the first mention of the Hebrews is found in the Tel El Armana letters, which describe Palestinian and Syrian life just before this era as the Habiru. However, the Dictionary of Ancient Near East claims that this term, mentioned in texts all over the Near East during the second millennium BC, refers merely to outcasts, vagabonds, refugees, and fugitives living on the margins of society. They are bands of robbers and people outside of the control of the city-states near which they live and whom they raid quite frequently. The word is Akkadian origin. Once again, we see that traditional historians are in disagreement. It's wise to inspect such things for yourself and to judge the evidence based on what the Bible says about them. Historians and celebrities have been trying to explain away the events of Exodus by various means for hundreds of years. The renegade thinker Velikovsky explains the Red Sea crossing and the pillar of fire and the pillar of cloud by coinciding it with natural and astronomical catastrophes, while other more traditional historians either deny they happened at all or refer to an earthquake and a freak wind being the cause. But they will do almost anything, perform almost any mental gymnastics to deny the Bible account. It is interesting that they're forced to take the Bible account seriously enough to argue against it. Until the resurrection of Christ and after the great flood, there is no single event which so captivates the mind of the unbelieving scholar like the parting of the Red Sea and the drowning of Pharaoh and his 600 chariots and numerous horsemen. What is called the Mosaic law given by God is mirrored in other cultures who obviously had heard of the law given by God to the Hebrews and formulated such laws for themselves. I refer to the virtues of Brahma, whose Indian supreme god is given by Manu. What is called the Mosaic law given by God to Moses on Mount Sinai was the greatest framework of laws for living and dealing with others ever revealed in the history of mankind. Its importance in regard to the personal relations and personal hygiene and sanitation cannot be overestimated. It was one of the main ways that God providentially kept the Jews throughout history, particularly through the incredible unsanitary dark ages in Europe. The law, the laws of Egypt were supposedly given by Thoth. The sun god Shamash gave Hammurabi his code, it was said. King Minos on Mount Dieta in Crete was given their law by the gods Dionysus the lawgiver. By the gods. Dionysus the lawgiver gave the Greeks 2 tablets of stone on which their laws were inscribed. Zoroaster, praying on a high mountain in Persia, was given his book of the law by the god Ahura Mazda. And so Satan inspired many cultures to copy the Mosaic laws in some way to give credibility to their foundational laws. However, it must be stated that the earlier Code of Hammurabi was not really a code of practicable laws, as I've shown previously, and the later versions of Moses' laws were mere copies and counterfeits. The law God gave to Moses governed daily life for many centuries when it was followed. Mount Sinai today is the location of the famous monastery of St. Catherine, where in the mid 1800s, a liberal Bible scholar named Tischendorf found the so-called Codex Sinaiticus in a garbage heap, being methodically burnt as the trash it was by the monks. This, quote, find of the century for liberal Christians has been claimed to be the forgery of a notorious faker of antiquities and former monk Constantine Simonides. Stranger things than this manuscript being used to attack the commonly used and accepted Bible have happened in history, I suppose. Needless to say, Mount Sinai today is a place bustling with tourists, much more so than when the American archaeologist Edward Robinson climbed it in the 1830s, accompanied by Bedouin guides. But in keeping with the controversy that permeates the study of ancient history, the Italian archaeologist Emanuele Nati claims that the location of the biblical Mount Sinai is not here at all, but at what is known as Mount Karkum today in Israel's Negev desert. Once again, the student is only treading on sure ground by staying with the scriptures and not being too awfully impressed with man's conjectures and theories. What happened in Mount Sinai, wherever it is how God separated the Jews from every other people on earth and how he gave them a distinctive identity as his people. The things that he told them that they were not to do, as disgusting as those things are even more amazing as they represent the daily life of the nations they were to overthrow. Read Leviticus 18, 24, and 25. Next time, we'll discuss contemporaneous cultures with the Exodus. Thank you for watching, and I hope you got something out of it and it impels you to study. Thank you.